How many years have you been doing it?
So total of about 6 years of podcasting, and then like content creation. I don't know, like probably like 13 years at this point now.
So you've been working with Mark Bell for 6 years on the podcast?
On the podcast, yes, and then I want to say a little bit over 8 years in total as a whole.
So a few months ago, you wake up in the morning and all 6 years of your work is just gone?
Yeah.
All your subscribers, everything, the whole channel is just gone? Like, what happens? You type in, you're probably like me, you wake up every morning, you check the stats, you see how things are going, make sure everything's good, make sure there's no copyright infringement or strikes or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I like waking up early and checking like the numbers and kind of hitting that refresh button to see if I get any comments on, hey, how come there's no episode? Like, how come the video file's jacked up or whatever? Like, because that always
Right. Why is the audio out of sync? Something.
right. That day was a little bit different. So I had just hung out with my dad the night before. Again, my mom just died. The night before was rough. We had I hung out late at his place. He lives about 30 minutes away from me, so I didn't get home till, oh man, I'm trying to remember. I got home late. It was a rough night, and I knew the next morning was kind of like out of the question for me to wake up early to get in here and film stuff. I was like, you know what? It was a rough night. Let's just I'm going to turn off the alarms, not going to worry about waking up early, going to sleep in till like 6, right?
Right.
When I get up, I met with so many text messages. It's not uncommon that like me, Mark, and Nsima will be in a thread and we'll just like start sending each other memes or we'll, go whatever. This was different. I'm like, what? Like, dude, Nsima's texted me like 30 times. Like, what's going on? And that's where it started. He was like, "Where's the channel? How come the channel's not there? Someone deleted the channel. The channel's gone," or whatever.
He's like, yeah.
Like, well, when something like that happens, your mind just goes all over the place when you don't have an answer, right? It's just like,
Right.
what's like you start thinking like, oh, who hates us? Who?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Who in the company just went rogue and deleted everything as they flipped us off and took off. You start thinking of all these things. And sure enough, like, I checked my inbox and I got this oh man, just this stupid email from like the official YouTube badge at the top, just saying that
you might be disappointed, and we understand. You're like, disappointed? I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Think about it. Your entire I don't care how dramatic this sounds, my entire life's work was wiped off the planet. I had nothing to show for everything I had been working on for the past 6 years. This was my life. This meant everything to me. I wake up, I go to bed one night, working on my dream, working on everything as hard as possible. I wake up the next day, everything I had been working for was gone. I no longer had a resume to show, hey, if you want to start a podcast, I can help you out. I don't have anything to show for it, but I promise. Consulting, position or whatever you want to call it. Like, yes, I can do that.
How about also that it was your job? You make a living from the podcast, right?
Everything I do comes from podcasting. The room I'm standing in, the equipment that's running everything, the house,
your underwear you're wearing,
the underwear, the house that's attached to this room, the food inside, the money that pays to keep everything running, all comes from podcasting. And in that moment, I could not do my job.